Each year, more than 3 million players play softball under the ASA umbrella. As the national governing body, the Amateur Softball Association oversees the entire sport of softball, including nearly 245,000 teams nationwide.
It's a great activity. It's very wholesome. It's outside. It's team.
These teams cater to players of all ages and all varieties of softball. But this year, one squad in particular was the sport's brightest star. The USA Softball National Team is the most formidable force the sport has ever seen.
It's truly a dream come true to wear the red, white, and blue.
This summer, Team USA dominated the Athens Olympics in unprecedented fashion.
5 hitters, 5 strikeouts for Jenny Finch. And that one is gone! Another Bustos bomb!
After outscoring their opponents 51-1 and winning their 3rd straight gold medal, Sports Illustrated placed them on the cover and anointed them the real Dream Team, symbolizing the ascension of USA softball to the top of women's sports. The success story of Team USA began before their arrival in Greece. Their 50-game Aiming for Athens tour drew record crowds across the United States.
Huge outpouring of fans, they shoehorned them in here.
5 of those games were broadcast nationally on ESPN.
Wearing the red, white, and blue and representing your country, it's what you live for and what you dream about.
When Team USA played the University of Arizona, the game peaked at a .82 rating, averaged a .71, and was ESPN's highest-rated show of the day, topping SportsCenter. ESPN scheduled 20 additional broadcasts, reflecting the drawing power of USA softball's Diamond Dynasty. The ASA was constantly in the spotlight during the Aiming for Athens tour. 2 games were played at ASA headquarters in Oklahoma City, showcasing the nation's finest softball facility.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to Oklahoma City. Alongside 2-time Olympic gold medalist Michelle Smith, I am Eric Collins.
A new national ASA TV spot featuring Jenny Finch was launched on ESPN for the tour.
Softball is such a great sport to be involved in.
Jenny Finch, U.S. Olympian for the ASA.
I started playing softball at the age of 5. Every weekend I played 8 to 10 games, and ASA allowed me to develop my skills through those games. If you want to be a future Olympian, you need to play in the ASA softball program, the national governing body of softball in the United States.
ESPN featured ASA storylines during each telecast.
Eric, I'm here with Nancy Teehee, who is coach of the ASA Jitterbugs here in Oklahoma, and Nancy, the Amateur Softball Association. All these players on the field grew up playing on those teams. What are you hoping your players leave with from this experience today?
During live action, ESPN softball analyst and former Olympian Michelle Smith was quick to point out the importance of the ASA brand.
There's a lot of JO or Junior Olympic type ball for the 12 and under, 14 and under, 16 and under ASA ball that is played at the grassroots level. You know, that's what our sport needs to continue.
Team USA's Olympic dominance was epitomized by the word team.
This is arguably the most dominant team of any sport here at the Olympics.
But it may have been the character of each player, coach, and staff member that fueled Team USA to its 3rd straight Olympic gold medal. ASA. From the USA national team to neighborhood leagues, superstars to everyday players. From fast pitch to slow pitch, from dads to daughters, it's softball, the game America plays.
Welcome to Hall of Fame Stadium at the Hall of Fame ASA Complex in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, as we prepare for men's Class C action. Team Logo versus Hara's Casa group. Team Logo, the Class C East champions out of Commerce, Georgia, and Hara's Casa group, the Class C West champion out of Salem, Oregon. Visitors will be Team Logo, so they will step up to the plate first. Batter number 22, the first baseman, Andy Urban.
Swings at the first pitch, opposite field, and that's going to be a home run deep. That'll put it at 1-0. Team Logo, as Andy Urban puts one into the trees opposite field, showing the guns as he comes across home plate. It was a nice start for Team Logo. It seems like a wasted home run, though, as you figure you'd want to save those for with men on base. It counts 1-1 with Rick Hymans, the second baseman, up. Swing right up the middle to center field. So that'll be a single for the second baseman as he advances to first, which brings up the designated hitter for Team Logo, Brian Autry.
Autry, one of the inspirational members of Team Logo, as in February, he's playing a game, tipped a ball, turned his head, and hit him in the temple, and cracked his skull, had to have emergency brain surgery, and came back 6 weeks later to get back on the field, and he gets a pop fly on the first hit, and it's going to fall. So Autry will make it to first, and Hymans will scooch over to second base.
The center fielder for Harrah's was playing deep, pretty much standing in the warning track as Autry, they played each other earlier this morning, and Autry obviously showed some power this morning, needing to play that deep, obviously, so whenever he popped that one up, there was no chance for the center fielder having to come in that far. And now up to bat, though, the catcher, Sean Snow, with runners on first and second, no out, score 1-0 for Team Logo. Strike called on the first pitch.
Quick pitch thrown for a ball, 1-1. And another quick one that's swung on, and it's going to be fair just inside the third base. And Hymans will round. Autry's going to hold up at third. And Snow is going to get around to second. So runners on second and third.
That was a great hit. Pretty much almost hit the bag as it went straight down the third baseline. A good start-off double for the catcher, Sean Snow.
Moving on down the lineup now. Right fielder number 11, Brad Blankenship. That's going to be a strike on the first pitch. We'll see a ball.
The pitcher for Harrah's, Derek Warren, being quick about it. That's deep into the gap against the wall. Left fielder getting it in, but not before 2 runs score for Team Logo. As Brian Autry and Sean Snow score, that'll make the score 3-0 in the first inning.
And then Philip White will step on up. Again, this is another one of those classes where you just have your East and West champion coming to find the national champion between the two, playing best out of 5. They played earlier this morning, and Team Logo came with a 4-run bottom of the 7th inning to take a 14-13 victory over Hara's Casa group. Looking for win number 2, already bringing some runs in across the plate.
Phillip White, the middle infielder. A lot of teams using that middle infielder instead of 4 outfielders. Hits it the other way, line drive to the second baseman. Able to snag that one. That'll be out number 1. As the second baseman for Hara is Ryan Goodman with a nice little snag up off the turf. As he's playing deep, almost in the right field there. Now up to the plate, David Holbrook's the shortstop.
Gonna see a strike. 1-1 count. Here comes the third pitch. Holbrook takes a swing at it, finds.
Oh, a beautiful catch by the
Almost
center
a gap.
fielder. Tim McQuarrie, a beautiful catch to make the second out. Blankenship will go from second to third, but that saved 2 runs.
That's another play right there that we've seen today that could go on the ESPN highlights. It was a great diving catch. That looked way out of reach for center fielder Brent Griffith. But he makes the play. Gets the second out for Harris Casa Group and bringing up Frank Allen Yielding, the third baseman.
A little deep for ball 1. That'll be 1-1 count with 2 outs, man on third. It's hit deep to left field. They're not even going to run for it. That's a 2-run shot hit by Frank Yielding, using 2 of their 3 home runs here in the first inning.
So Yielding will round, clear the bases. Pitcher for Harris Casa Group, Derek Warren, sporting a mask, is along with Brent Lurch, who wore one in the last game for Bosch Financial Storm. Gets the first pitch, and we're going to see a swing on it. Robert Cancerin, and another nice catch. That one up against the wall for Brent Griffiths, coming all the way from center field almost to right to make the catch at the 300-foot mark and getting the third out for Harris Casa Group, and they'll come into bat as Team Logo will take the field. We'll be back in just a moment on ASAsoftball.com.
I started playing ASA when I was 12 years old. ASA gave, I think, all of us an avenue to play growing up and gave us places to excel.
Lots of games, the best competition, great coaching.
So it's kind of been an avenue for all of us to grow as players and giving me the chance to prepare at a high level.
ASA was crucial in my career as far as building myself as an athlete, and I think my teammates also.
Get your start in a sport that lasts a lifetime. Play ASA.
And we're back here at the Hall of Fame Stadium in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Team Logo in the first inning, 6 hits, 6 runs. 2 of their 3 home runs already used. 1 a solo shot. The other a 2-run home run by Frank Yielding. Now up to bat will be Harris Casa Group. First up to bat will be their leadoff hitter, right fielder Mark Kane, number 9.
Team Logo picking up 6 runs in their at-bat. And try to hold Harris Casa Group to less than that.
Counting out 2-1. Hits it deep to left center. It looks like it's going to hit the wall. No, it's not going to hit anything but the other side of the fence as Mark Kane leads off his team with a solo shot to left center. That had to have been about 325 or 330.
Yeah, that one easily cleared the fence, and we'll see the team come out and congratulate Kane on that. So both teams, leadoff hitter getting a solo home run.
Now we have the left fielder, Steve Elliott, number 11, up to bat. That'll be a bit inside, bit deep, but they're going to call it a strike.
We talked about the 3-hole hitter for Team Logo when they were up to bat, Brian Autry, and he is at the catching position after Logo makes the out at first, and he's wearing a helmet, which is very reasonable and understandable after the story, the emergency brain surgery after being hit and cracking his skull in a game in February.
Up to bat now is the pitcher, Derek Warren, number 2, with 1 out. The Harris Casa group started this inning off with a solo shot home run. Called strike there. Count 1-1, 1 out, no one on. Warren with the big leg kick, but did not swing. Count 2-1. A swing, a shot down the left field. If it stays fair, it's gone. But it's foul.
That one you couldn't really tell until it got down there. Nice ride along the line and then just swept a little too far left. And Derek Warren, the pitcher, is going to have to see another pitch himself.
Got a 2-2 count here with 1 out. Obviously showing the power to go deep. Goes right back up the middle. Pitcher gets the stop. Great play by the pitcher to get the out.
Brian Stiles throwing it over to first baseman Andy Urban.
Pitcher's got the the only 2 outs of this inning. Now up to bat, the third baseman, number 24, Chris Bailey. That's a shot down the left field line. That's going to be fair. That's going to be extra bases as number 24, Chris Bailey, walks into second base. So with 2 outs in the bottom of the first, man on second, that's going to bring up the first baseman, number 7, Pat Pascal, with a runner in scoring position. Just a refresher. Each team only gets 2 home runs, so Team Logo has already used their 2 home runs, and the Casa group, Harris Casa group, has used 1 already. That's a nice shot in between the shortstop and third baseman. A cut, but Chris Bailey from second beats the throw. That'll make the score 6-2, Team Logo.
Yeah, Harris Casa group was nice to round the bases there. Chris Bailey, after seeing Pat's hit, rounds and crosses the plate, closing that gap down to 4.
And that'll bring up number 12, the shortstop, Dennis Caldwell, with Pat Pascal at first base. They count 1-1 after taking a strike there. Just a bit outside for ball 2. Takes a cut, line drive up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Pascal stopping at second. Caldwell, nice little single, but that'll bring up the middle infielder, number 22, Chris Larson. This Harris team finished in the top 3 in all of their tournaments but 1, and the Harris team has been around for over 11 years now. Another shot up the middle. Pascal's going to score from... Oh, actually, it's a bad throw. Pascal's going to score. Third base ump not too happy with the third baseman for Team Logo as he was in the way of his base runner rounding third. Having a talk with the blue about that. Probably another run could have scored there.
So the base runner is going to be held up at third, but a run does score. Now it's 6-3 with 2 runners in scoring position. The tying run at bat, it's going to be the second baseman, number 5, Ryan Goodman.
That'll be a called strike for the second baseman. Line drive up the middle. That's going to score 1. Holding Chris Larson at third. Goodman with the single up the middle. That'll bring up the catcher, number 4, Tim McQuarrie. Right now, this team with 2 outs, getting 2 outs early, have scored 3 more runs after those 2 outs. A little slow dribbler to the pitcher. McQuarrie doesn't even try to run to first. That'll end the inning. So after 6 hits and 4 runs, Hara's Casa group cuts the lead 6-4 after the first. You're watching men's slow pitch softball on ASAsoftball.com.
Get on up and get on down to Hooters, the place to be for chicken wings. Come grab a beer, the game's on here, and the girl next door, good friends and more. If you can't stop by, get our wings to fly. Hooters makes you happy. Right down the street, it's your neighborhood retreat. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
Starting the second inning now, Team Logo leading 6-4 as they are up to bat again. Near the bottom of the lineup, it's going to be the pitcher number 34, Brian Stiles at the plate.
A little deep for ball 1.
It's that one down the right field line, and it's going to go foul. So we'll see a strike. Bruce Kimbrell, the head coach of Team Logo in his second year with them. And Stiles will bounce it to the first baseman, Pat Pascal, who will tag his bag, and that's going to be 1 out, bringing up the 11 hole, number 9, Jeremiah Blanton. We'll see a strike on the first pitch. Quick to return the ball, and it's going to be a ball this time. 1-1. There's a hit. High, deep center field for Blanton, and it's going to be caught by the center fielder, Brent Griffiths, doing an excellent job out there in center field for Hara's Casa group.
Another great catch after the diving catch he's made in the first inning. And the other deep catch in the warning track, really playing a great game.
Now we're back to the top of the lineup with first baseman Andy Urban.
And if you remember right, Andy Urban started this all off with an opposite field home run in the top of the first inning. That's going to be a fair ball, opposite field, down the left field line. Urban's going to turn that into a walking double. So with 2 outs, Urban able to put together a double, so he already has 1 home run and a double. He's well on his way to hitting for the cycle.
I'm going to bring up the 2-hole batter, second baseman Ricky Haymans.
And Haymans hit a single up the middle last inning. They're kind of both teams hitting all the way through the order. Going to call that a strike. Off of the pitcher, Derek Warren's knee doesn't get out of the infield, so run doesn't score. But Ricky Haymans able to pull off a single there. That's a hit, not an error.
Now the catcher, Brian Autry, stepping into that right side batter's box, swinging on the first pitch. It's deep. Griffith's gonna go to the wall, but it goes over.
That's that's one of those deals where you wish you had saved that solo shot home run, but that would have made the score 9-4. But instead, that's an out. So after the top of the second, the score is Team Logo 6, Hara's Casa Group 4. You're watching men's slow pitch softball on ASAsoftball.com.
I started playing ASA when I was 12 years old. ASA gave, I think, all of us an avenue to play growing up and gave us places to excel.
Lots of games, the best competition, great coaching.
So it's kind of been an avenue for all of us to grow as players.
And giving me the chance to prepare
at a high level. ASA was crucial in my career as far as building myself as an athlete, and I think my teammates also.
Get your start in a sport that lasts a lifetime. Play ASA.
We're back here in Oklahoma City at Hall of Fame Stadium, where Team Logo leads the Harris Casa group 6-4. We're in the bottom of the second, and we'll be leading off. Harris will with their center fielder, number 21, Brent Griffiths.
If Brent Griffiths is as good with the bat as he is with his glove, we can expect to see that second home run here for Harris Casa group.
Playing some tremendous defense for Harris Casa group out in center field. I mean, anything hit in that area, he's going to catch. It's pretty much like having a young King Griffey Jr. out there, or maybe a Torrey Hunter playing center field. I mean, all-star type center fielder for this team.
Yeah, it's appropriate for him to be playing here at the Hall of Fame Stadium, because if he got in with the right league, you would see him there in his later years.
He hits that opposite field for a single in between the second baseman and the middle infielder. So that'll be 1 on, no outs, and we're back at the top of the order. Mark Kane, if you remember right, hit a solo shot to start this thing off for Harris Casa Group. He'd like to do it again with a 2-run shot. Called strike there. Harris Casa Group still have a home run. Hit that in between the second baseman and the middle infielder again. And that'll advance Griffiths to second, Mark Kane to first, and that'll bring up the left fielder, number 11, Steve Elliott.
Brad Blankenship, the right fielder out there for Team Logo, quick to rush in, get the ball, and throw it back into the infield to pitcher Brian Stiles and hold the runners at first and second. Stiles with the first pitch, and it's going to be a strike.
Right back up the middle. Center fielder gets it. They're going to hold the runner. And I think they're pretty confident. If you remember last inning, Derek Warren hit that shot down the left field line just foul. It would not surprise me to see him try to go deep here for the grand slam, which would be a 4-run swing and give the Casa Group a 2-run lead.
Yeah, he's definitely aiming towards that left field fence. And now he'll step back out of the box.
This is where saving your home run and spacing things out has actually helped the Harris Casa Group.
Harris Casa Group also sponsored by Worth. There's the rip. It's deep. Is it long enough? It is.
That's a home run. We saw it last inning when he hit it foul. This inning, there was no doubt about it. Once it came off his bat, he turned, looked at us pretty much, and said, I heard what you were saying. I figured I'd do what you said anyway.
That was more than just a home run with the bases loaded. Picks up the grand slam. Derek Warren, the pitcher for Harris Casa Group, rounds the bases.
It's always good when you can get those first 3 guys on, and Derek pretty much confident in his swing once he hit it. He knew, and everyone else knew, no one moved, that it was gone. I'm surprised it did not carry the scoreboard out in left field.
Now Chris Bailey, the third baseman, comes up to the plate as the cleanup batter, but there's no one to clean up.
Trying to get a base hit here. There are no outs. Counts 1 and 2. That's way outside for ball 2. Steps into this one. Drives it at the shortstop. On his knees, turns and throws. A great dig by first baseman, number 22, Andy Urban, and a great play by the shortstop, David Holbrooks, for Team Logo.
Yeah, Holbrooks made a nice dive there, getting down and dirty, and then was able to toss it off his knees over to the first baseman, and Urban was able to make the grab. There we go. Got a rip already on the first pitch from number 7, Pat Pascal, out to right center. The center fielder, Jeremiah Blanton, will pick it up and throw it in, and Pascal will hold up on second base.
It wouldn't be surprising to see Team Logo get out of this middle infield. They're just punching holes through it right now, and you would think with 5 infielders there would be no holes.
Yeah, they're able to squeeze it through. They got those bats, all these bats tested to make sure they're legal. And they're finding their ways to squeeze that ball in between those fielders.
Here's a swing. Shortstop's got it. Holbrook's another great play, deep in almost left field. Guns him out. Caldwell thought he had maybe a little bit of run on it. Shortstop getting thrown out by the shortstop.
So 2 down now, both of them 6-3 throws.
That'll bring in number 22, the middle infielder, Chris Larson, who has a single up the middle in the first inning. Hits it to right field. Second baseman pretty much in right field, just having a stab at it. But he saves a run by keeping it pretty in the infield. Second baseman for Team Logo, Ricky Haymans. So that'll be runners on first and third. And Ryan Goodman up to bat.
Yeah, Ricky Haymans did a nice job of stopping it and then running the ball in and holding that runner at third. And the new catcher, number 27, Sean Snow, replacing Brian Autry, was there to catch the ball if he needed to, if Haymans was to throw it in. Now we have a foul ball.
Goodman trying to push it the other way, try to get it pushed down the line, maybe score 2. Chris Larson showing some speed going from first to second there. So Goodman trying to get 2 RBIs instead of 1 here at this at-bat. We're watching them warm up, and Goodman was warming up at the shortstop area, catching some balls behind his back and trying to show he had a little flash to him as well. Line drive up the middle. That's going to stop in front of the center fielder, but a run is going to score as Pat Pascal comes home, and that'll make the score 9-4.
Yeah, this Harris Casa group has done a good job of coming in and swinging the bats, getting the runners on the bags and rounding them to home. That grand slam didn't hurt them, bringing in those 4 runs. 2 runners on. And we've got Chris Tremblay pinch hitting for Harris Casa Group.
It's a shallow high fly ball to left field. The left fielder, Robert Cancerin, camps underneath it, catches the ball. That'll end the inning, but not before the damage is done. As Harris Group puts 5 on the board with a grand slam from Derek Warren as they now take the lead through 2, 9-6 over Team Logo. You're watching men's slow pitch softball on ASAsoftball.com.
Get on up and get on down to Hooters, the place to be for chicken wings. Come grab a beer, the game's on here, and the girl next door, good friends and more. If you can't stop by, get our wings to fly. Hooters makes you happy. Right down the street, it's your neighborhood retreat. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
We're back. Hall of Fame Stadium, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Harris Casa Group has the lead 9-6 through 2 over Team Logo. Team Logo up to bat. Number 27, Sean Snow, the catcher.
Yeah, we ended the last inning after Autry ripped a home run, but that was their 3rd one, so it was an out. Snow's going to take 2 balls in a row. 3rd pitch is going to be another ball. 3-0's the count. Don't be looking for a swing here.
Making Derek Warren, the pitcher, earn every strike here. And that'll be a bit outside, so he'll take first base on a walk, which will bring up number 11, the right fielder, Brad Blankenship, who hit a double last inning, actually 2 innings ago.
Blankenship, the right fielder.
Right now, Derek Warren can't buy a strike. That's 5 straight balls for the pitcher.
Team Logo is just going to watch every pitch.
And there we go. He gets on the board. 2-1 count now.
Almost turning a double play. Tried to scoop it up and bobbled it just a bit. Made the out at second. But Blankenship is going to be safe at first. Finally got some strikes in there. Warren threw 6 consecutive balls. Then a strike and a swung hit on the next pitch, creating an out. There's going to be another swing. Finding a gap, though, out to right field. Mark Kane's going to pick it up in right field and get it in to the second baseman, Ryan Goodman.
Blankenship showing a lot of speed, getting from first to third on that opposite field hit, which brings up David Holbrooks, the shortstop, who's played a whale of a game so far, making a couple great stops and great throws to get some outs. It's a great stop by the shortstop. Touches second, throws it to first for the 6-3 double play.
A little confusion there. It looked like he caught the ball before it hit the ground, which would have been 1 out, and then threw it to first and got the runner out before he tagged back. So that was where the double play was, and that's going to be the call. Some of the players think he caught it off of a bounce. But either way, he made the out at first. And the players clear the field.
So after 2.5 actually, the score still, Hara's Casa Group 9, Team Logo 6. Hara's Casa Group coming up to bat. You're watching men's slow pitch softball on asasoftball.com.
Softball is such a great sport to be involved in.
Jenny Finch, future Olympian for the ASA.
I started playing softball at the age of 5. Every weekend I played 8 to 10 games, and ASA allowed me to develop my skills through those games. If you want to be a future Olympian, you need to play in the ASA softball program, the national governing body of softball in the United States.
ASA Softball, the game America plays.
Getting ready to start the bottom of the 3rd inning as Team Logo has taken the field. Brian Stiles, the pitcher. And Sean Snow stepping behind the plate to catch the pitches. Starting this inning will be Brent Griffiths, the center fielder. Going to take strike on the first pitch. Outside, he watched it go by. This one a little more centered over the plate, and he rips it to right field, but it's going to be caught by right fielder Brad Blankenship from Bruce Kimbrell's Team Logo.
You got to remember last inning, Brent Griffith started it all off with a single, followed by Mark Kane's single, Steve Elliott single, and then Derek Warren with the monster grand slam. This inning, not so much, as Mark Kane's up to bat. It's 2 for 2 on the day with a home run and a single. Punches one over to shortstop. No problem for the shortstop, David Holbrooks, who really is not going to let anything get by him today.
Yeah, Holbrook's doing an excellent job. Not only is he making those stops there on the grass, but he is able to rocket it over to first base, no problem, and beat the runners to the bag.
Holbrooks isn't the largest man on the field. He's probably actually the smallest player that Team Logo has, but probably the strongest arm. That's a shot hit down a right field line.
And that's going to be another catch for Brad Blankenship there in right field. That's out number 3. 2 catches by Blankenship, and then the rocket from Holbrooks to first. And that will conclude the 3rd inning, as we'll take a short break before we head into the 4th. You're watching Class C men's softball on ASAsoftball.com.
Softball is such a great sport to be involved in.
Jenny Finch, future Olympian for the ASA.
I started playing softball at the age of 5. Every weekend I played 8 to 10 games, and ASA allowed me to develop my skills through those games. If you want to be a future Olympian, you need to play in the ASA softball program, the national governing body of softball in the United States.
ASA Softball, the game America plays.
All right, Harris Casa group, led by pitcher Derek Warren, back out on the field for another inning. Going to try and hold Team Logo as they step up to the plate.
Number 31, Frank Yielding, who is 1 for 1 on the day with a 2-run shot in the first inning, using up their second home run. Hits this one to second baseman Andy Goodman up in his chops, able to dig it, throw it to first base for the first out.
That was a nice play by Ryan Goodman. Took a nasty bounce there, and he was able to follow with his glove and make the stop, get it over, and get the out. So 1 down as Robert Cancerin is going to step up to the plate.
And if you remember in the first inning, he was the final out, flew out to right center. This time he pulls it deep left center. That's going to be at the wall. That's going to be a stand-up double for Robert Cancerin. So with 1 out, Robert pulls the ball into left center at the 300-yard mark for a stand-up double.
Team Logo, the men's Class C East National champion out of Commerce, Georgia.
Derek Warren, the pitcher, getting the ball in quick.
Pitcher for Team Logo is number 34, Brian Stiles at the plate. Got 3 balls on him now.
I don't see the bat coming off his shoulder here. That'll be ball 4.
2 runners on, and we are nearing the top of the lineup for Logo. It's the 11th batter, number 9, center fielder Jeremiah Blanton.
Blanton's 0 for 1 on the day. Once again, it seems as though Derek Warren has fallen into his same slump, not being able to buy a strike. There's one. Left center, deep. Left fielder in. It's off the post. That's going to be extra bases for sure. He's rounding second. That's an easy inside the park home run. After it hits one of the posts on the inside of the fence, Jeremiah Blanton with a 3-run inside the park home run. That's just devastating for Harris Casa Group. You can never expect a ball to hit a post like that.
That is something that Team Logo needed, and they will tie it up at 9 after that 3-run shot. As Jake was saying, the ball going deep to the wall. Both the left and center fielder were right there. As we've got another shot now to right field, and this one's going to be caught by Harris Casa Group right fielder Mark Kane. But that last ball going towards the wall, expecting to get it off the wall, and it happened to hit one of the fence posts, sending it way away from both of the outfielders and allowing Blanton to round the bases and come home.
That's a 3-run difference there. That now ties the game at 9.
And we're at the top of the lineup for Team Logo.
That's hit deep to left. That's going to be foul, but is the left fielder going to be able to catch it? Catching it in foul territory. That'll be the 3rd out. So after 3.5 innings, the score is now Team Logo 9, Harris Casa Group 9. You're watching Men's Class C Slow Pitch Softball on ASAsoftball.com.
I started playing ASA when I was 12 years old. ASA gave, I think, all of us an avenue to play growing up and gave us places to excel.
Lots of games, the best competition, great coaching.
So it's kind of been an avenue for all of us to grow as players.
And giving me the chance to prepare at a high level. ASA was crucial in my career as far as building myself as an athlete, and I think my teammates also.
Get your start in a sport that lasts a lifetime. Play ASA.
Coming into the bottom of the 4th inning as Harris Casa's group will step up to the plate, and it's the pitcher Derek Warren. Warren already with a grand slam tonight. But that was the second home run for them, and that's the limit. They've maxed them out.
Harris Casa Group is pretty much batting through the order every time they come up. This is Derek Warren's third at bat in only the fourth inning. That'll be deep for ball one. Just a bit outside.
There's one off the tip of Brian Stiles' glove. Takes it out to center field where Jeremiah Blanton will pick it up and throw it back in and hold Warren to one bag.
That'll bring up the third baseman, number 24, Chris Bailey. 1 for 2 on the day with a double.
Interesting that Chris Bailey has the same number as former Bronco star Champ Bailey.
I heard they were brothers, actually. It's Chris, except they just named him Chris instead of Champ.
One from Oregon, one from Colorado.
Yeah, and then the other brother, Boss Bailey, who plays for the Detroit Lions. It's a crazy family all over.
We'll see what Chris can do here as he's got one ball on him.
2-0 count. Derek Warren on first base. No outs. Called strike. Count now 2-1. Takes a hack at it. Gets it to second. Bailey able to beat the throw to first. But there is one out. Now runner on first is Derek Warren. Second baseman for Team Logo. Ricky Heyman's able to pitch it to their shortstop, David Holbrooks.
Philip White, the middle infielder for Team Logo.
Pat Pascal now up to bat with the 2 for 2, single and a double. Hits it straight to the shortstop, touches the bag. The 6-3 double play, end the inning there. As one hit, no runs, no errors. As this game still tied, 9-9. We're heading for a 30-second break.
Get on up and get on down to Hooters, the place to be for chicken wings. Come grab a beer, the game's on here, and the girl next door, good friends and more. If you can't stop by, get our wings to fly. Hooters makes you happy. Right down the street, it's your neighborhood retreat. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
Three innings remain in this ballgame, and we're all tied up 9-9 going into the top of the fifth, bringing up inspirational catcher number 5, Brian Autry. He played catcher in the first inning, but then has been sitting out as Sean Snow replaced him. As you heard earlier, Brian Autry having emergency brain surgery after taking one of these softballs to the head in February in a tournament.
Right now, pitcher Derek Warren.
Not out on the field.
There he is. Someone hit his glove from him. It's a bad prank to play. Middle of a national championship game.
An own team member.
That's just wrong. Probably hit his mask.
So Warren will come back out on the field. The team from Commerce, Georgia, Team Logo, been in 16 tournaments this year, 7 wins. They won their first game earlier against the Harris Casa Group, 14-13, after picking up 4 runs in the 7th inning.
Brian Autry, number 5, the designated hitter, up to bat. 2 for 2 on the day with a single and a home run, which did not count because they had already hit 2. Hits a chopper to the shortstop, who's playing deep. First baseman could not dig the throw out, so Autry will be safe at first with a throwing error forced to Dennis Caldwell.
Going to bring up the current catcher now, Sean Snow.
Sean Snow's 1 for 1 on the day with a double, also a walk.
Got a new catcher in for Harris Casa Group as team logo pops one out to center field. Snow hits it out to Brent Griffiths for an out.
And like we said earlier, you really can't hit the ball to Brent Griffiths or anywhere in his vicinity. It's just going to be an out pretty much.
Proved it there. That's going to be another rip, this time to the second baseman. Tosses it over to the middle infielder for out number 2. We saw number 8, Chris Tremblay for Harris Casa Group, come up to bat the last inning, and now he's in at catcher replacing Tim McQuarrie.
And right now the coach for Harris Casa Group, Kevin Einart, probably needs to talk to Ryan Goodman, the second baseman. He's overthinking things as the ball gets to him. He wants to get it to the middle infielder so quick, he's bobbling the ball. There's a line drive to first baseman.
Pat Pascal.
Thank you, Brian, for covering me for the third out. So the score is still tied at 9s through 4.5. We'll be back in a moment.
I started playing ASA when I was 12 years old. ASA gave, I think, all of us an avenue to play growing up and gave us places to excel.
Lots of games, the best competition, great coaching.
So it's kind of been an avenue for all of us to grow as players.
And giving me the chance to prepare at a high level. ASA was crucial in my career as far as building myself as an athlete, and I think my teammates also.
Get your start in a sport that lasts a lifetime. Play ASA.
And we're back. Hall of Fame Stadium in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Where right now, team logo has 9. Harris Casa Group is 9. Harris Casa Group up to bat. Leading off the bottom of the 5th will be the shortstop, number 12, Dennis Caldwell, who is 1 for 2 on the day. It's a bit outside for ball 1. Caldwell takes the pitch for strike. Little too deep. Count now 2-1. Hits the plate. 2-2. It's a bit inside. We got a full count here. And inside again. Caldwell will take the walk as he walks down to first. That'll bring up number 22, the middle infielder, Chris Larson. Larson is also 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles. Like to poke a base hit here, advance the runner. Hits it in between the second baseman and the first baseman. Caldwell to second. Larson makes it safely to first. And that'll bring up number 5, the second baseman, Ryan Goodman.
Goodman had some trouble at that second base spot in the last inning. Bobbled the ball and still made an out, but failed to get the double play a couple times.
Right now it hasn't cost them any runs, but at the same time you need to make those plays if you're playing in that position. Swings at the first pitch he sees. A great catch by the middle infielder for team logo, Philip White. holding the runners at first and second.
Great ups on that middle infielder. White was quick to react to the ball, jumped up, made the grab, and here comes another one. This one to the pitcher. He's going to turn around and get it to White. Over to Andy Urban to turn the double play. So Philip White, quick to react and get 2 outs back to back, and that will end the 5th inning. 5 down, 2 remain, and it's all tied up at 9s. We'll be back.
Softball is such a great sport to be involved in.
Jenny Finch, future Olympian for the ASA.
I started playing softball at the age of 5. Every weekend I played 8 to 10 games, and ASA allowed me to develop my skills through those games. If you want to be a future Olympian, you need to play in the ASA softball program, the national governing body of softball in the United States.
ASA Softball, the game America plays.
And we're back. Hall of Fame Stadium, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Score tied at 9s. Team Logo and Hara's Casa group. Leading off the top of the 6th for Team Logo will be the shortstop, number 15, David Holbrooks. He is 0 for 2 on the day, but has made many tremendous defensive stops at the shortstop position. Derek Warren again finding his problems, finding the strike zone. Holbrooks with the shot over second baseman Ryan Goodman's head. Center fielder Griffith stops it from going to the fence. If he lets it go to the fence, that's probably a triple for Holbrooks. Holbrooks getting his first hit on the day. Griffith stopping it, getting in. Holbrooks with the double. And that'll bring up the third baseman, number 31, Frank Yielding, who has a home run in the first inning, the 3-run shot. That's a foul ball for strike 1. It's a chopper to the middle infielder, Chris Larson, who then throws it to first baseman Pat Pascal for the out, holding David Holbrooks to second base. A great play by the middle infielder Chris Larson. That'll bring up number 1, the left fielder, Robert Cancerin, who had the inside the park home run off the pole, the 3-run inside the park home run. Here's the pitch. Called strike 1. That's hit over the right field, over Ryan Goodman's head. Cancerin trying to get to second. He is safe there. And Holbrooks will score, which gives Team Logo a 10-9 lead. That'll bring up the pitcher, number 34, Brian Stiles. He is 1 for 2 on the day. Excuse me, they're pinch hitting here, number 10. Number 10 for Team Logo will be pinch hitting. That's a called strike there. Swings at this one. Warren chasing it down after hitting his glove. Oh, and Ryan Goodman. It does not look good at second base. As he was going, he went to make a stop, and it looks like he's holding his hamstring right now. There is an injury on the field. As Ryan Goodman was running one way, had to stop, and now is holding his hamstring. The second baseman. We'll go to break. Middle of the top of the 6th. With the score, 10-9. Actually, no, he's got up now. And he's looking disgusted at himself for pulling his hamstring, I guess.
Well, you get what comes in slow pitch softball.
It's ridiculous kind of athletes out there today. I mean, in all reality, I wouldn't want to be out there.
Ryan Goodman, the all-star, at second base. And we're going to have a pitch and a big hit to left field. It's going to find a gap.
Jeremiah Blanton. He was the one, actually, who hit the inside the park home run in the exact same spot.
Yeah, it was just a little bit deeper and went off the fence. Now he picks up the double.
1 run scores.
A little bit frustrating for Harris Casa Group to have a big lead and then be down by 2 now.
Runners on second and third with 2 out. We'll go to the top of the order. Number 22, the first baseman, Andy Urban, who is 2 for 3 on the day with a double and a home run. Urban with the shot to left field. Tagging his pitcher, Brian Stiles, and he will score. And that'll make the score 12-9 with Jeremiah Blanton heading over to third.
Steve Elliott made that catch there in left field. 2 outs now. And Blanton is going to sit on third.
Ricky Hamans, the second baseman, who is 2 for 3 on the day.
Warren trying to get him out of this inning. 2 outs now, and there's a big hit. And
Griffiths is in. Griffiths can't get to it. That's a surprise. A run will score. Hamans all the way to third with the triple.
Big time hit there for Ricky Hamans, the second baseman, just out of the reach of center fielder Brent Griffiths, who's had an excellent afternoon out there in center field. That one was just a little too far right in between that big gap, and neither the right fielder or center fielder could get to it. Bringing up 3-hole batter, number 5, Brian Autry.
And if this team had all the home runs they wanted, Brian Autry would hit one every time he got up to bat.
Had a big rip earlier that pulled him out of the inning because it was their 3rd home run.
It's a bit too high. It counts at 2-1 with 2 outs. Runner on third is Ricky Hamans. That's hit to the shortstop. First baseman Pat Pascal jumps, catches the ball for the 3rd out, but not before the damage was already done, as Team Logo was able to put 4 runs on the board on 5 hits. You're watching men's slow pitch softball. We'll be back in a moment.
Get on up and get on down to Hooters, the place to be for chicken wings. Come grab a beer, the game's on here, and the girl next door, good friends and more. If you can't stop by, get our wings to fly. Hooters makes you happy. Right down the street, it's your neighborhood treat. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
And we're back. Hall of Fame Stadium, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. After a 4-run top of the 6th for Team Logo, they take a 13-9 lead over Harris Casa Group. Harris Casa Group starting off the lineup with Brent Griffiths, the center fielder, at the bottom of the 6th.
And it's the bottom of the lineup because after Brent, we move to the top with Mark Kane, who's on deck. Stiles with the first pitch, and it's going to be a strike. Griffiths will watch it go by. That one's high, and Griffiths takes a swing at it. It's going to be stopped by the second baseman, thrown over to first, and the out is called. It goes over from Ricky Hamans to the first baseman, Andy Urban, and that's going to be out number 1 Brent Griffiths will head back to the dugout. Moving to the top of the lineup, right fielder number 9, Mark Kane.
And Mark Kane on the day is 2 for 3 with a home run and a single. Grounded out to the shortstop last time up. Looks like a good pitch, and it is for strike one.
That one's going to go by and be a ball. The catcher, Sean Snow, standing back and ready to take him off of a bounce. And that one's going to go to left field. Caught by the left fielder, Brent Cancerin.
It's a great play by the left fielder, retreating back to the warning track, catching it almost over his shoulder for the second out. So with 2 outs, no one on, number 11, the left fielder, Steve Elliott, will come up for Harris Casa Group. Takes a cut down the right field line, just foul. Elliott is 1 for 3 on the day with a single up the middle, a ground out, and a fly out to right field. If he can get on base, one of their better hitters for Harris Casa Group, Derek Warren, is on deck, the pitcher, who hit the grand slam in the second inning.
Harris Casa Group, who's trailing now by 4, already has 2 outs, and will just have one more at bat.
That's hit high and deep. Left fielder and center fielder converging. Left fielder calls it off, and Cancerin will make the catch for the third out. So we head into the 7th with Team Logo a 4-run lead. We'll be back in 30.
Softball is such a great sport to be involved in.
Jenny Finch, future Olympian for the ASA.
I started playing softball at the age of 5. Every weekend I played 8 to 10 games, and ASA allowed me to develop my skills through those games. If you want to be a future Olympian, you need to play in the ASA softball program, the national governing body of softball in the United States.
ASA Softball, the game America plays.
And we're back.
7th inning.
And Sean Snow, the catcher, will be leading off the top of the 7th. His Team Logo has a 4-run lead over Harris Casa Group, 13-9. Sean Snow is only 1 for 3, but he does have a double in the first inning.
Warren ready to pitch it to the catcher, who is substituted in the last couple innings, Chris Tremblay. The catcher for Team Logo is at bat. Sean Snow takes strike 1. That one's a little too deep, and it's going to be a 1-1 count.
Snow drives this one up the middle for a single. Center fielder Brent Griffiths with the catch. And they get it back in, but runner on, no outs. And that'll bring to the plate the right fielder, number 11, Brad Blankenship.
Middle infielder for Harris Casa Group, Chris Larson, having a few words with the pitcher, Derek Warren. They're going to adjust.
They did play this team earlier. That's a shot, right center field. And the right fielder, Mark Kane, will hold Sean Snow to second, so there'll be runners on first and second. No outs.
You know, the batters are quick to find the gaps and hit the ball and get it in placement, allowing them to get on base. But the defense, the outfielders, are excellent to respond and quick to throw the ball back in and hold them at 1 or 2 bags.
Middle infielder Phillip White at the plate. 1 for 3 on the day with a single. Pushes this one over to right field. They're going to hold the runners. Right fielder Mark Kane on the play there. Able to get it in quick, which will bring up the defensive wizard for Team Logo, number 15, David Holbrooks, the shortstop.
Holbrooks, the cannon arm, shortstop. Gonna watch the first one go by, and it's a strike. So now he's ready to make a swing. And that one's way inside for ball one. Goofy release from Derek Warren. That time Holbrook's is going to swing at it. It's going to fall short in right field. Going to bring in one run, and the right fielder for Hara's Casa group.
Mark Kane's getting a lot of action this inning already.
It seems like they made a change out there, and it might be number 25 Trevor Jones now out in right field. So we've got a change in the lineup there.
I never understood people talking to the pitcher. He can only do so much. The batters are putting it where they need to put it. He can't really do much about that, at least not in the short term.
Not much they can do here. There's not a lot of change in pitching. There's going to be a quick one and a turned double play.
The 6-10-3 double play there as Frank Yielding and Holbrooks are thrown out.
And there, it seemed like talking with the pitcher helped him out a bit. 2 outs. They have picked up a run, though, to increase to a 5-point lead. And we've got a lefty in the batter's box. It's Anthony Asavis.
A single up the middle there. A score run as Philip White's able to get home. That's 3 runs this inning. Makes the score 15-9. Team Logo over Harris Casas group.
Asavis was a bench hitter for Team Logo.
Now up to bat, the pitcher, number 34, Brian Stiles, who is 2 for 3 on the day. Make it 3 for 4 on the day as he hits a shot to left field. Left fielder Steve Elliott not able to get it in time as the pinch hitter Anthony able to go from first to third.
And another run comes in. It's a 6-point difference. 15-9, 2 outs, and big hitter Jeremiah Blanton, who had the inside the park home run earlier, at the plate.
And right now it's not errors that are killing Harris Casas group. It's just Team Logo hitting the ball well and dropping it in areas where they are not.
Finding the spot. There's going to be a strike. And
Brent Griffiths right there. Look at the speed. That was a nice play for the third out. Brent Griffiths coming from center field all the way to the play ASA sign to make that catch. But like I said, the damage was done. 3 more runs are scored. The score is now 15-9. Team Logo, Harris Casas group, has 1 more inning to try to catch up. You're watching Slow Pitch ASA Softball.
I started playing ASA when I was 12 years old. ASA gave, I think, all of us an avenue to play growing up and gave us places to excel.
Lots of games, the best competition, great coaching.
So it's kind of been an avenue for all of us to grow as players and giving me the chance to prepare at a high level.
ASA was crucial in my career as far as building myself as an athlete, and I think my teammates also.
Get your start in a sport that lasts a lifetime. Play ASA.
And we're back here at Oklahoma City Hall of Fame Stadium as Team Logo has a 15-9 lead over Harris Casas group. And right now, Harris needs to score 6 more runs to make up the difference, 7 to win the game. Derek Warren, the pitcher, up to bat.
Warren had that grand slam in the second inning. bringing in 4 of their runs, and that time he's going to hit it straight to the first baseman. And will be out after Andy Urban tags his bag.
That'll bring up the third baseman, number 24, Chris Bailey, who is 1 for 3 on the day.
Bailey popping out to center field last time.
That'll make the count 1-1 as he looks at a strike. Steps into that one. It's foul. But the left fielder for Team Logo, Robert Cancerin, able to make up. Actually, the sub, Anthony, was able to make up the ground for the second out. So with 2 outs left and Hara's Casa group hang on their last thread, they need to make up 6 runs. It's not going to happen today. Chopper back to the pitcher as Team Logo takes home the W, 15-9 over Hara's Casa's group.
That's their second win today. Team Logo came back and scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning their last game and picked up a 1-point victory. This time they have a 3-run 7th inning and extend their lead and win 15-9. 3 games to be played tomorrow between these 2 teams. We've got 3 games remaining here at Hall of Fame Stadium tonight. Our next game will be at 6 o'clock in men's Class B slow pitch. Birdie's BNC Hub City Glass versus Seatown. Coming up at 6 o'clock, and then at 7:30 and 9, we have 2 Class A men's games, so stay tuned on ASAsoftball.com. We'll be back with our next game at 6 o'clock.